Alright, so today I'm going to be going over Etherchannel, and I'm actually going to build the lab in front of y'all today. So first I'm going to take two 2960 switches here, and I'm actually going to turn off the names here, device names, so device model labels. There we go. Alright, so we have switch 0 and we have switch 1 here. So I'm going to be going over Etherchannel. I'm going to drag a PC out right here and a PC out right here, okay? And then I'm going to connect these up. So since they're switches, they need to have a crossover cable because it's the same device, so we want our send and receive to be opposite. So I'm going to connect Fast Ethernet 1, and now I'm connecting Fast Ethernet 2. And for this lab, I'm going to connect Fast Ethernet 3 to 3. So we got 1 to 1, 2 to 2, and 3 to 3. And then I'm going to use a copper straight through and connect Fast Ethernet 24 to Fast Ethernet 0 on the PCs on both these, so they're identical. Alright, so what Etherchanneling does, or Etherchannel is it's a protocol that allows multiple links, up to 8 links, to act as one logical link. So we've got 3 links here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to configure an IP address here. So we're going to do 192.168.0.2 for this IP address. And I'm going to do 3 over here. Now note these PCs are on the same network. So now, if I go into the command prompt and I ping 192.168.0.2, I get a reply from this PC, right? It's sending it to this switch broadcasts it over, sends it here, and you get it back, okay? We can watch that in simulation mode now. If I ping, here's our ICMP packet right here. It's going to go to switch 1. Switch 1's going to go, hey, I recognize this from the ARP table. It's going to send it over to switch 0. Switch 0 is going to forward it to PC 0. PC 0 is going to get it, and it's going to reply. It's going to go back over the network. Notice, it's hard to tell, but notice how it goes over that center link right there. So does that one right there. Okay, this is not an ICMP packet. That's a, I think a DTP. Not DTP, VTP packet. So it's going to go over that middle link. So what we're going to do is we want, since this is fast Ethernet, it's a max of 100 megabits per second. But let's say we need it to send it at 150 megabits per second. We can group these links right here. We could group 2 of them and it would be 200 megabits, or 3 of them it'd be 300 megabits. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. So we're going to go into switch 0 here. We're going to enable. Let me open this window up a little more. Alright, we're going to enable and then configure terminal. Now, we want to, let's do show IP interface brief. Okay, so if I drag this down, here's all our interfaces. We know Fast Ethernet 0/24 is assigned to our PC here, okay? And then we know 01, 02, and 03 are the ports going to switch 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into interface, range. I'm going to put R for range, or you can type it out. Then I'm going to type F/0, 1, 2, 3. Now we're configuring 1, 2, and 3. So now I'm going to type channel group, and then it's going to ask for a channel group number. Now we have 1 to 6. Those are the numbers. You can have a maximum of 6 channel groups on a switch or on a device. And so I'm going to select 1. That's our number. And then you'll see we have mode right after that. So this is the Etherchannel mode, and I'll go into this in depth. But here's our modes. We have active, auto, desirable, own, and passive. Now this seems like a lot, but it's actually pretty simple. So we have, what we have is LACP right here. By active, it says enable LACP. Okay, so LACP is a open source protocol, so it can be used with any devices. So if you've got a Juniper switch and a Cisco switch, you could enable LACP and it would Etherchannel fine. PagP, that's what I call it, is Cisco proprietary, which means you can only use it on Cisco devices. So since this is Cisco Packet Tracer, I can use PagP because these are both simulated Cisco switches. And then on is a static Etherchannel mode. Now I'll explain this because I'm going to configure all these. So right here we're going to type mode, and let's do LACP first. So I'm going to type LACP active. Okay? So it's going to take these ports now, and then it's going to bring them back up. Alright, so now you can see these ports are trying to figure out what's going on. So if I go over here, enable, configure terminal, and I do the same thing. So I'm going to interface R for range F01 to 3. Then I'm going to do channel group, and notice how I tab, it won't complete it. I think that's just a bug with Cisco Packet Tracer right now, but I'm going to type channel group 1. Mode, and here's my modes again. So here's how it works. The active here is what we set switch 0 to be. Okay, so it's actively looking for a Etherchannel mode. So if I set this side to active, it will connect. If I set this side to passive, passive looks for an active connection. So it'll connect as well. Now if I had set switch 0 to passive and then I set this switch to passive, no connection would be formed because they're both passive, so they're not actively seeking, if that makes sense. So I'm going to set this mode to passive, and as you can see, the active will go, hey look, there's a passive channel group, I'm going to connect to that. Same channel group number, same interfaces. The interfaces don't matter, but it's going to recognize all that, and it's going to do that. So now you can see right here, line protocol interface port channel 1 change state to up. So do show IP interface brief. Alright, and you can see right here we have a port channel. It's up. It can have an IP address, and it's port channel 1. Okay, so now we're going to wait on these, and we can click this fast forward button, and there we go. Now these are all going to be up. Notice before, if you skip back in the video, when I first put these links together, these links right here, one of them was like a orange, and that's just a blocking. That's for spanning tree, so it prevents loops. But now there's no orange links because this recognizes it as one link across. So there's no reason, there's no way a loop could occur because there's only one link back and forth. All right, so now I'm going to show y'all by pinging again in simulation mode. Alright, so if we ping, here's our ICMP packet. It's going to go here, and it's going to travel across. Now, it's really hard to tell. Maybe I can drag it out. It's really hard to tell that it's going across all of them at the same time, but it is. I mean, it's using this. So that's how you configure it. Now, for a show command, to check this, you can do show Etherchannel, and this one will show you group 1 right here, channel group 1, group state, layer 2. So this is the layer it's working at. So you can have layer 2 and layer 3 ether channels, like between routers or switches, but we got switches, so that's why it's layer 2. Ports 3, max ports 16. Now this may be confusing because you can, in LACP, you can only have 8 ports in an ether channel. So why does it say 16? Well, you can have 8 ports on top of the 8 active ports as passive backup ports. So if that ether channel goes down, or that port channel goes down, the other one will kick in instantly. So that's why people prefer LACP. That, and it's open source, so it can be used on anything. So another command that's going to really help you though is show Etherchannel summary. Okay, this displays a legend up here showing all your alphabet codes, and it shows down here group 1 port channel PO1, and it says SU. So that should be switching and up. So if we look up here, there's a lowercase s. Don't get that confused with the uppercase. Here's the uppercase, layer 2. So I associate it with switching, but it's layer 2 and then the U in use. So layer 2 in use are switching up. And then you have your protocol use, LACP, and you have your ports, fast Ethernet 0/1, 0/2, and 0/3. And they have a P right here. And that P is in port channel up here, as you can see. So that's how you check. Now let's say we want to change it. So if I configure terminal here, alright, and I go back into interface range F01 to 3, because that's where we configure it. We configure Etherchannel directly on the interfaces. So if I go here, let me grab my other switch tab here. Here's switch 1. Let me reverse them, that way it doesn't get confusing. And here's, well, we've got switch 0 and switch 1. So let's say I want to change the protocol. So switch 1 is still running passive LACP. So let me go in here and let me go channel group 1 mode, and then let's see what mode. I accidentally hit that twice, sorry. What mode do we want to do? Let's do PagP, okay? So I'm gonna set it to auto, you know, and see what happens. So we're gonna get a warning here. So you can't combine protocols, because if you think about it, you can't have a Cisco proprietary and an open source protocol working together. So it's already part of a channel group with a different protocol enabled. So to do this, we have to change it entirely. So we have to do no channel group 1. Okay, we have to delete it. We have to take it down. No channel group 1. Okay, so kind of with the active and passive LACP, there is an active and passive PagP, but it's just under different terms. So for PagP, we have auto. And what auto is auto acts as the passive. Auto is just looking around for anything, any ports that are the same protocol. So if you have an auto and an auto configured, they will not make a link. But if you have an auto and a desirable, they will make a link. And if you have a desirable and a desirable, they will make a link. Okay? And you can see right here, auto, PagP device, if it's detected. So if an auto's trying to connect with auto, it can't, because none of them are advertising. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do channel group 1 mode, and then I don't have to type the protocol or anything. I just type auto and it goes, hey, that's PagP. Boom. Alright, over here, channel group 1, oh sorry, mode. Now if I set auto, watch this. Like I said, nothing happens, because both of them are waiting for a channel group to reach out. So auto is not going to work, but if I set it to desirable, alright, they should come up. Alright, let me see. Sometimes packet tracer is a little buggy. Alright, after a little bit of time, I forgot how to delete a port channel. So it's actually no interface port channel 1. So now do show. So this is how you take it out. But so port channel is a little bit different. So if we go over here to switch 0 and we do show Etherchannel summary, okay, we have port channel 1. Now it's down because I've taken the other side down. And the protocol is LACP. So first we have to exit here and we go no interface port channel port dash channel 1. Okay, now if we do show Ethernet summary, it's gone now. That's how you delete it. I forgot about the port channel command. So now that we deleted that, let's try to configure it again. So you cannot configure another port channel in the same channel group until that one is gone. So interface range F0, 1 to 3. Now we're going to do PagP. So now it should work. So what we're going to do is we are going to configure it. If I go up here, make sure, yeah, they're down. All right, both of them are down. We're going to type channel group 1, mode, and then auto, because this is your Cisco proprietary mode. All right, and this one, interface range F0, 1 to 3. 3, not 2. Channel group 1, mode. Now watch, when I set this to auto, nothing's going to form because they're both looking and they're both trying to figure out, hey, you know, I'm waiting on somebody to reach out to me. I'm waiting on somebody to basically text first. And so nobody's doing that. So if I set this mode to desirable, it should bring it up. All right, do show Etherchannel summary. There it is. Now that's odd that I didn't get a message. Usually you get a message. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but if I do show Etherchannel summary, it's down right now. So if we do channel group 1, mode, desirable, exit, do show either. Alright, these are down. I'm not sure why they're down. Oh, it's because I'm in simulation. There we go. I was wondering what was going on with that. If you're in simulation mode, it halts the commands. So now if we fast forward a little bit. Alright, do show IP interface brief. Alright, these ports are down because the port channel's down. So alright, so because I was in simulation mode, it messed up a couple things. So all you're going to do is interface range F01 to 3 and no shutdown, because all these are shut down. I'm going to shut them down and no shut then. Alright, now our port channel should form right here. Now, sorry for all the confusion on that one, but we're going to open this and we are going to look at the protocol. So do show Etherchannel summary, and now you can see switch up and it's PagP is what it's using. Okay, so now if I ping, just to check, if I ping, it'll still go through and it's going to treat this as one port. Now if I unplug this switch and plug this into another switch, it's got a active or desirable port channel set up, it'll automatically connect, which is nice. But if you're not going to do that, say you're just going to leave this or these two switches connected for a little while, you can do static Etherchannel. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in interface port channel 1, and then we're going to put a no in front of it to delete it. Alright, now it's going to change our interfaces to down. So if we do show IP interface brief, it's going to set our interfaces to down. Alright, and then if we can see they're down, we do the same thing over here. Exit interface port channel 1, no, it's going to take that down. All right, and then we're going to configure static mode. So interface range F01 to 3, and we're going to do channel group 1, mode. Oh, you can't have a space between the hyphens. Different iOSs are different, but you can't have that. Alright, mode, and then as you can see we have on, enable Etherchannel only. So that way there's no like conditional or unconditional terms, it's just on and off. Alright, boom. So it's creating that. And now we're going to go to switch 0, interface range F01 to 3, channel group 1, mode on. Alright, now we're going to no shut on our interfaces, and same over here, no shut. And it's going to bring them up. If we ping, we'll have it right here. I can show you. There it goes. It's over. Alright, and I can show you on the switches that we have static Etherchannel. Do show Etherchannel summary, and here we go, PL1 SU, and for protocol it's not going to list anything, it's just static Etherchanneling. Do show Ether sum, and right here, there you go. So that's it. Sorry for a little bit of confusion there and the edits, but that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. So all Etherchannel is it takes multiple ports and it groups them into one. So this whole thing right here acts as one big old wire like that. So that's really all it does. And so this is good because now our speed over this is 300 megabits per second. Since each fast Ethernet is 100 megabits per second, that's 300. You can also do this with layer 3, and I'll make a video on that, so you could have 2 routers. And if you have 2 gigabit ports, that'll be 2,000 megabits per second, or 2 gigs. And so it's just really helpful if you have extra cables, extra ports, and not enough bandwidth. You can group things together and get things to a destination faster. You can also do load balancing with this, as you saw, but I won't go into that. But there's a lot you can do with it. So it's very cool concept and very simple to configure. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.